So, per Almighty, I sort of was pre-warned that as soon as I stepped into this room, he was going to jump in the bathroom into the shower. Because I was down in the basement. I put some of my laundry, and the stuff I washed like 2 days ago was still in the washer. Put that in the dryer. Did my jog walks, and as I'm doing my jog walks, I go, well, maybe I'll just wash up and not take a shower, right? My hand to God, I just walked into this room. As soon as I walked in the room and shut the door, he jumped out of his room and jumped into the bathroom, into the shower. So anyway, I guess I'll start shelling peanuts, and then I'll wash up afterwards. Well, when you have a certain schedule and you keep it, then you would sort of be more aware if you started doing things based on other people's behavior. Like if you were being triggered to do behaviors like blocking. But sometimes it's sort of like it probably puts it in their head to do something. So it is what it is. I did 20 minutes just straight. Right. It was sort of like the last. I do it differently, like mentally. Just like I'll go, okay, well, it's 4 segments of 5 minutes because sometimes it's 5 minutes. But then it changes. Like it's always like a changing in your mind what you're doing for me. And then it's like at the end, it's like, okay, so now you've already gone. Your goal was 20 minutes and you've already gone. It was like 17 minutes. You've already gone 17 minutes. So you can either stop 3 minutes from your goal or not stop. Right? Sometimes you have to remind yourself that several times. And then I don't know. I don't even know if it was 30 seconds break because once you take the break, it changes something in the chemical makeup. I was watching a video about it. Once you actually let your body recoup, it changes something that's going on metabolically. Right. So you really want to try to hit your goal when it's a reasonable goal. So I don't even know if it was 30 seconds. And then I did. It was like a 6-minute coolio, but I didn't do like that wicked intense like I was doing before. It's definitely a little bit reduced because I'm feeling a little bit dragging a little bit. But I wasn't like struggling, no. So I'll have to go down after I'm done doing this and rotate her laundry because there's at least 2 more loads down there. One of them is like disgusting, like the smell. It's got to go into a washing machine. The whole basement smells of it. And you're trying to do jog walks down there. It's pretty disgusting, but you would wonder if it's being done purposely as a form of mocking and knocking off territory, try to dissuade me from doing jog walks. So clearly none of those behaviorisms are going to work. But I don't have to get aggressive with it because it's almighty. No, I really don't think I'm overthinking that part of it. You're talking about a person who's been urinating herself for at least 2 years. So, who already had like a lot of weird primate behaviors, probably your entire life. Anybody who's doing that hoarding business and like wants to put like something of theirs in your room, stuff like that, that's all part of marketing. sometimes it appears like they're giving you gifts and stuff. It's because they're trying to put their essence in your room. It's just a thing that primates do. I don't know if dogs do it. I think dogs do it as a sign of definitely their territory. Yeah, like dominance, like a F you, I'll piss in your food dish. Trying to deter you from eating. Like if it's that dog's urine, it believes that you won't eat it. So Pavlov's dogs. Friday I did 15 minutes. That's why it's like I've got to go. I got to do the whole 20 minutes before I take any type of break because I only did 15 minutes on Friday. So there's no snow. You got to do something. Yeah. Got to try to get that cardio up at some point. But it's not like you don't do it for an extremely long period of time. I don't. That's crazy. I think that's where they got the 20 minutes, three times a week business from. Yeah, that's cardio. That's not never do anything else in your life. It's their natural behaviors, right? When you just like kids jump up and down and stuff. You ever see them? It's, and then people get mad at you. That's yeah, obviously that's way too much suffering, even for the other species. That's what I'm talking about. People have gotten so ill. God's got to put a stop to it. They don't even want their children to play. It's just all they're allowed to do is use Suboxone strips like playing cards, and that's socialization. You ever see them where they have the kindergartners pretend to get married and stuff? Disgusting. 4-year-olds in bikinis, 10-year-olds getting a vaccine for an STD. Gross. I mean, it's paramount too. You've got celebrities now doing interviews where the interviewer goes, "So what's it like when you're having sex?" I swear to God, I've seen some of this stuff. I haven't watched it in years now, but you just go, "What am I looking at?" It's, Steve-O, remember that? Oh my God. Because I wouldn't shake his hand. How do you have sex if you won't shake hands? I will punch you right in the face, animal. Fuck away from me. Do you imagine a man sitting there like that and then telling me not to yell at the guy? That's not a man. That is a monkey. You gotta stop doing that. Get the fuck away from me now. Thank you. I will stop doing it promptly. Oh yeah, I should allow men to talk to me like that. Really get the fuck away from me. I remember when my brother became enraged because I told him a story about one of Al's coworkers saying inappropriate shit to Al. He goes, "That's not really cool. That's not a compliment." I know I'm not supposed to punch this dude in the fucking face for talking to me like that. Get the fuck away from me. Never again. And then later on, you find out he orchestrates the shit. And then they all fucking abuse me on his Facebook page, and he watches it like a show and calls it wrestling. Okay, stay the fuck away from me permanently. It can be weird, people when they're extremely mentally ill. So now we know that they could actually know Karen, and their brains are so gone. They may not even know they're lying, right? Because they don't know who Brian is. Holy shit. It's like you're in, everybody you talk to out there is that dude from Memento. I'm sure it's even worse now than when I was out there. You got to figure August, September, October, November, December, January, February. It's already been 6 months. It's already been 6 months. If you forget you ever met a person in 6 months' time, I'd say you're pretty gone mentally. Leaves blowing. How is there a leaf in February? I know there's a leaf blowing down the street. How is there a leaf on the ground? Maybe it's a can. I'm trying to remember. I think when I had my two youngest, aka the twins, um, I think it was kind of almost like this because you're in sort of like it's such a stressful thing to go through that you're sort of kind of like in Florida's wicked bright like that. Yeah. So especially in the wintertime because it's no clouds in the sky in the wintertime. So I remember it kind of seeming like that because you're in basically a state of shock. It's such a stressful thing. And I was on the way home, maybe still high. I only took the opium for 4 days when I was in the hospital. And then I filled the prescription and flushed it down the toilet and never took it. And I just took Advil the rest of the time. That's what God told me to do, so I listened to him. It's a highly, quote unquote, addictive drug. So not a good thing to use out of a hospital setting. For a person like myself, yeah, that's not a deranged psychopath that needs to be calmed down perpetually. I mean, I don't know why half of these people aren't on lithium, but apparently people don't give that out anymore. It's not fair. They're going to lead productive lives. Yeah, they look real productive out there. They all looked productive at the Showcase Cinema called the Quincy Public Library, didn't they? Where you take mentally ill people and you put them on display like that as a show in the public square. Yeah, they looked real productive lives out there, didn't they? Disgusting. Some of them, after forcing them out of their disabled housing, you can only wonder what goes on with those people's families. So their families are probably mentally ill too. But you just go, you people aren't just homeless drug addicts. You're mentally ill. You don't have families? Okay, that is. And then if you form any type of a bond with anybody that could actually help you, they don't give the person a means to help you, and then they force you away from you. Okay, well, you guys will be happier after the lung cancer, believe me. These people aren't doing you any favors out there. Just so they in the beginning, I don't think they're doing this anymore. So they could run around Narcaning you, and you'd bounce back up again, and that's fun. That's a fun game to do. It's exciting. All the drama and running around in ambulances and shit. Doing chest compressions like we saw on the TV. That's fun to do, right? Fucking crazy people. It was difficult to watch in 2020. I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? These people are so sick. And the ventilators, remember all that? Oh my God. I don't know, maybe they were being put on ventilators from lung cancer. Yeah, I thought they were talking about the internet, that they were causing people to vent. I was like, what the hell is going on? How are these people this deranged? Talk about a brain plague and panic, because their reality is different than mine. They're primates, so they panic, and they're in an extinction and they know it. None of that is my reality. It's just they like have forced me to be in this fucking living nightmare temporarily as they all die off around me. And all I've done is my best to try to help them as a prophet. And you just go, okay. You just have to ask them. I'm not asking them a fucking thing. They have no fucking answers for me. The deranged animals. All you have to do is ask them a thing. Notice how I didn't ask them a thing and I got the internet code? Thank you. Fucking ask them anything. That's what I'm saying. That's like severe brain injury right there. They might as well just run around going, you have to free me, I'm your hostage. Maybe God would have them start saying fucked up shit like that and then see if they can realize that they have an illness. Yeah, like Joe Montana on Saturday Night Live. It's exactly like that. But it's instead of him having a thought and then saying exactly what he thinks, it's you would say it and then they would say it. If you went, I wonder, I could kind of go for a cheeseburger. And then they go, I could have a cheeseburger. Like Michael, yeah. We're going to the beach. I can go to the beach. I don't think he thinks he's another person, though. I haven't talked to him since around the fall of 2021. So I don't know what he's doing. That was a while ago. He could be married by now. Oh, there's my guys. I haven't seen them in forever. I said that the last time. It was like 2 months ago. But I still haven't seen them when I'm out on my walk. Those are the same guys that hiss and spit at people in Quincy, you know. They don't do that out here. They will jump in front of cars. Yeah, they will definitely jump in front of cars, but they don't hiss and spit at people. I remember Lupus Mary hated them. She was talking about it at that field. And then I pointed out exactly how insane people are. And then they probably laugh, but they're not going to change what they do. You laugh, but you don't actually get how insane you are. Houses, a sidewalk, a road, another sidewalk in the fields. So which is it? Then they're going to shit all over the sidewalk because you keep kicking them off of their area where they get food and stuff. That's not your area. No one cares about your baseball or whatever the hell you're doing there. You decided to cover everything in tar. They didn't do that. That's why you're being removed from my land. You have no respect for other species at all. None. That's why you die, because you can't live without those things pooping all over the place. They don't poop all over the place. Pick an area for them to be in. They don't poop all over the place. You can't live without birds. You just don't know it. Because you have slaves. Your system completely falls apart without slaves and fuel. Probably it'll get back to that because people with thinking minds, it can be explained to them. If you produce that many offspring, half of them have to die before they're mature. It's too many people. If your entire life is finding a sexual partner and making babies, you're not staying here. That is fucking crazy to other people. 18, 20 kids. And then they're all having a whole bunch of kids too. And that's okay and fine. But someone said that I shouldn't have fucking children. Okay. See what God says. Those people are Christians. They probably don't even believe in homosexuality, whereas clearly, at least half of the time, I am not producing any children. Never mind 18 of them. Six kids is not 18. they have any genetics for natural immunity to HIV or herpes? Crazy. How many kids does that dude that looks like a monkey in the face have? Thank you. That was needed. Make 5 more of those. With no ability to fight off cancer or HIV. That was needed? Okay. Sing a song. Don't even sing it well. She scrub her own floors? That's why they don't let her have a SNAP food card, because she won't stop talking like that. Snob, spit, claw. Bitter much. Alright, so after this, I don't know why I'm looking at a clock, who cares? After this, I'm gonna wash up and get dressed, and then I'll probably put my stuff down for the rest of the day. Oh, that's right, I was supposed to put those drumsticks in while I was showing Peanuts, I forgot. I have to rotate the laundry too, so I guess after I sweep, I'll run down there and rotate that laundry, get through it, throw in the other stuff of hers. She has this quote that I used to actually use years ago, that she decided to take back when they came here, I think. And it's just, you can't wash anything else with it. She probably shouldn't even be using it anymore. I give it to her to be nice, because the thing is huge, and it's like, if you're gonna do that much urinating, maybe. Oh my God, I forgot to put that on Facebook. The disposable mattresses that are a sponge. Yeah. And the dissolvable clothes. Someone's gonna get on that? Okay. Like the candies that dissolve in your mouth. They're gonna make, I don't know about Johnny's, maybe. They're gonna make Johnny's clothing out of that, so as soon as they get wet, it just dissolves. And then people are gonna come with the truck, like one of those big trucks. They used to haul all the laundry away twice a week from that hotel. That's how insane it was. They couldn't give 100 people housing, and they were doing that. Oh yeah, you just go. Obviously, people are gonna kill you. They must have known that, right? Are they able to answer any questions at all yet out there in the Quincy and the Dorchester and the volunteers? Like, I don't know why I had to be told that, but like it mattered. It was a volunteer and they're not paid staff. The time at the Ramada Inn, I'm sure there was other hotels too, but the room cleaning twice a week and the laundry. rather than taking that money and housing 100 people. That is really sick. Those are like permanent hostages in these people's mind. They were talking like that in 2019. They had a big meeting at the shelter that I was told about by this woman named Deb, who came to Starbucks to tell me about it. That Taylor had a meeting and they told them there's always going to be a shelter. Okay, well, there's not always going to be a shelter, Taylor. You guys are being put down by thermonuclear weapons. There's not always going to be a shelter out there or anywhere. We don't have that here. We don't have helpless people that are constantly have to have people taking care of them. That's not natural selection. So it's a temporary transition plan, not a new society. Okay, so that's why nukes are being used, because after the essential workers stuff, and it's now been 4 years, by the first year of it, so by 2022, it's just nothing but thermonuclear weapons till you folks die. Okay. So not everyone's going to have a caretaker and everyone's going to be a caretaker. And no. You misunderstood what was being told to you because you don't understand the Passover. God already indicated that you're all going to quote unquote die. It's the end of your species. It's a mass extinction. That's why you're all ill. So you didn't follow the transition plan. So your dying has to be sped up. It's not really the cause of your dying. It's just the transition plan was to help you folks die off. Not you were going to trick everybody into a new government. It's similar to what happened in 2012 and 13 with other people. Just zoop-de-doo. It's almost like when a person is a smoker and they get bronchitis, and before they know it's bronchitis, they're praying to God to help them, and they'll quit smoking and all this, right? And then they go to a doctor and find out it's bronchitis, and then they just go zoop, and so it's all okay. That's pretty much what you guys keep doing. Right, like you just go, phew, I didn't die, and then right back to smoking. No, nope. I think I had bronchitis once when I was a kid. Yeah, when I was like 16 or something. Because we were going back from Ohio and George Johnson wouldn't put the window up in the car, and I was in the back seat. That's how I got it. Because it was like wind, and I asked several times to please close the window, and he wouldn't do it. So I ended up with bronchitis. He probably had to have the window open because he was a drunk. And he was probably afraid he was going to fall asleep, if I had to guess. Because he typically was not mean like that to me. So I'd say he probably thought he was going to fall asleep. She insisted that they constantly go places, and he was always driving, and he was a wicked bad alcoholic. So by the grace of God, we weren't killed in car accidents during that time. She did the same stuff with him she did with Tomcat, right? So it's like it just turned into the horrifying screaming fights and stuff. Like he would be saying stuff to her because he was drunk, and it probably got to the point where he hated her because there was like years of the shit. And then if you the second where you would defend her or tell him to stop doing it, he'd start yelling at you. Yeah, it's the same exact syndrome that's obviously orchestrated by her, and she only associates with people that take part in it. Sort of like Brian Buchanan, right? Just group of really sick people, just a different species and their behaviorisms. That's why I never get involved with psychos that are having issues with other psychos. You just stay out of it. Just mind your own business. Stay out of it. They most definitely do it on purpose, even if it's subconscious. It's repetitive so many times. It's clearly done on purpose. Sometimes people do things subconsciously. Like log into the Facebook, got myself a girlfriend, you can read it, you can use it. And these people are like deranged animals inside of Facebook waiting to attack you. And then they all read it and they're getting high and they're reading it and they're talking about it. It's the same thing that happened when he left that weird message. That's all Brian Buchanan does. And anybody that keeps talking to him more than a week, they're just as sick. Obviously. Everything. The Facebook, Lorraine, Greg Ryan, Paul with the cane. That doesn't mean that those people are sane, but he does the same exact thing everywhere he goes. That's the crazy shit going on. That's the excitement that day. Oh my fucking God. Why don't you people, like, I don't know, go to a film? When's the last time you people went to the movies? Something. My God. They're not me. They're not out of the monetary system. That's what's so sad about it. You just go, Jesus Christ. What did you people do with your COVID money? Stick it up your nose? Sure. You sure as heck didn't spend it on buckets of popcorn and hot tamales. I mean, seriously, to God, you didn't go to Polar Express in your pajamas. You don't know how to do anything fun. You didn't go to the symphony. I could have done a million more things. I could have gone to swan boats. I did go to the art museum and I had to pay. Rockport, you folks don't do anything. Salem, sad. You jump in trains, but you can't jump a train to, I don't know what's on the, you could have gone to the art museum, jumping trains. Lord Almighty. King Richard's Fair, you don't know anybody with a car, all that money. My God, sad. I don't even think they go to the beach. Nicole was trying to get some of them to go to Mound Beach. She tried to get me to go there one day when I was on my walk. I'm like, I'm right in the middle of my walk. And I'm like, Mound Beach? No thanks. People are still hanging out there. That place is like bacteria central. But I mean, yeah, she was walking up Southern Artery one day. She was with, who was she with? She was with someone. And she was asking me to go there. I'm like, I'm on my walk. You know? She tried to get me to go to Wendy's a couple times too. No. Do you know that I've never gone to Wendy's? It's just the weirdest thing. In 13 years, I've never gone into that Wendy's. It's just some weird, there's got to be something bad about it. It's some weird phenomenon. Jody and, what's his name? Dave? I know I forgot his effing name. No, it's not. It's Rob, right? Oh my god, I forgot his name. Anyways, I think it's Dave, isn't it? No, the one that I thought was Dave. I forgot his name already. Anyways, um, they were walking over to Wendy's one time when they shut the toilets off on purpose. Fun, fun. To get something to eat. And they asked me to go, and I said no. I was going over to Stop and Shop to use the toilet. I know, it's just some weird thing about that Wendy's. I've never been on the. I know that there's a bench because Yvette told me. Never been there. Never been inside the place. Ever have I been inside of it to use the toilet, to eat, to sit? Nothing. I've been in the McDonald's a couple times, and I've been to Burger King several times. So it's not. And I've actually even been to Angelina's once, maybe twice. I'm not sure if Jen took me there, but Alex got that Black Alex guy to get him food, as me and that Steven guy were just sitting there. But I've actually been in there. I know you just. I've been in the Prez twice. So I'm sure both of those places are pretty small. So when you meet a disgusting toilet and then you're parading her around, obviously you know I'm going to find out about it. So you're fucked up and sick. It's kind of like not really that big of a deal. Sometimes I kind of, I do it sort of not knowingly because I guess I just can't be bothered with worry and stuff like that. You go, when you're not engaging with the person sexually, who cares? A scumbag is a scumbag. Eventually that will rear its head and that'll be the end of it. They just make themselves look bad. I don't have to run around doing other things. You just go, I'm familiar with Quincy Center, folks, right? You just go, oh God, here's these fucking couple of scumbags. Just probably over time they move away. Yeah, because some of those people are new. They're not familiar with Quincy Center. You go, this is a very small city center. Right. This is actually it's almost like Dedham. It's almost like a town, that one little area. And you just go, I don't have to do anything. Yeah, obviously you can see that that's the person who's new was the only person who told me that they were doing that. Oh yeah, just some of the people are fucked up like that. They don't even tell you that people are doing that. I didn't go away for 11 months. I was gone for a day. So, and obviously I don't give a fuck. Right. Amazing. It takes a long time to permanently attach to a person. And it's even if you began to bond to the person, once they're doing shit like that, you go. That's why I told you that Wednesday already noticed another dude. I knew in my mind that it was already ruined. It was already ruined at that point. And it just got worse from there. It was like in his mind, he knew it was ruined too. Whatever, if he was trying to pretend to be a different type of person for 3 days. He knew the day that he left with that Paul guy and left me alone in a fucking library. Didn't show up for the film. He knew it was fucking over too, I'm sure. He was probably amazed that I was still seeming as nice. You just let it play out. I'm not Karen. I don't get attached that fast. All due respect to her. But I think that she was sleeping with the guy too, and that always makes it worse. It always makes it worse. Yeah, I'm not a female like that, all due respect to her, but I do. I meet a lot of people. Yeah. It's because it's not that important to me to have a boyfriend. Some females, they really want to have a boyfriend all the time, and so they get hurt more by it. Especially when you slime balls do the thing you do and they actually begin to believe that you care about them. It really hurts them more than it does me. It never gets to that point. I explain it never gets to that point because of the proper courting. I don't attach to people easily like that. Yeah, it's just I'm a different type of person. I don't know if all members of my species are like that, but I'm a different type of person. I really have like a logical mind. I work on logic and reason, not romance. So I just view it differently. Like some people would go, see, that's why I couldn't stand it because she's like that. Obviously, I'm not. People saw us together. Okay, so obviously, I'm not. It's just a bunch of bullshit. It's just I'm not a romanticist. Okay, like it's just when it's over, bud. And the emotions are not feigned based on like need or whatever, but they can change. You have to actually have qualities. Yeah. And I don't use. Some of these women use, so it's like it takes them a while to realize that you're insulting them half of the time you're fucking talking to them. Whereas I'm stone cold sober, so I notice the shit. Yeah, when you're partying and shit and you say you're gonna do something and you're gone for fucking 6 hours, they don't really notice it, but I do. And excuses like I had to get high, I had to get money for drugs, that means nothing to me. I just view things differently. Then you don't want anything to do with me. You're not getting near my junk because all you care about is getting high. So please stay the fuck away from me. That's how you get over a fucking louse. Not you keep talking to him. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult now because the hospitals are all closing, but there's got to be some method of females in particular dealing with this shit. Dudes, maybe, but I think it's a little bit different. I don't know. But there's got to be a way of dealing with it where you go, okay, you have 1 day to stop using. Okay. Then you don't even know what sex is, and please get the fuck away from me. As we all found out, and it was all explained to people. Right, these people have got to have me in here or something. You just go, that doesn't make any sense. You should have been like Limp Bizkit in the bed. It doesn't make any sense, anything that you're doing, except for you have me in here and you're like that everywhere you go. So it doesn't matter to you? Like a literal animal. Well, whatever, I'll go over here. My dick gets hard over at Colleen's house. My dick gets hard over here. My dick gets hard over there. My dick gets hard over there. So you don't give a fuck about any person. Anybody standing in your way gets a hard dick in the ass. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. No interest. Conscious uncoupling. All this crazy talk about dicks can't get hard for anybody else. And then people just look at you like, you're actually uttering this shit now? Oh my God. Thank you, God, for your kingdom come. Okay. So that's crazy psycho business. We all had to listen to this stuff. I grew up in the 80s and stuff, and just some of the stuff that people talk about, you go, oh my God. Remember they used to interview those polygamists? And the people were talking about that you have hang-ups if you get like quote unquote jealous because you won't share a man. Whoa. Talk about metaphysics. Yeah, no, I won't share a man. I actually won't even go near a man who isn't eager enough. I called it, and that's why I left. Right. And I was totally correct. Thank you. That's not worth it. Right. That means that the dude is clearly not good in bed. And you go, yeah. Never. Did you leave the hospital? Never contact me. I don't even want to listen to your disgusting voicemails again. I knew it was disgusting at the time and couldn't make any sense. And then you leave a hospital? Oh my God. So that means every person gets the same disgusting phone voice. No, thank you. I will, that's right. I will never have sex again. I am all set with it. You just have sex with yourself. And yourself is only thinking about yourself. It's perfect. I don't understand people. But yeah, just gross. I don't need help paying my rent, so I'm all set with that. I don't need to parade a dude around and then I seem like I'm pretty, or I can talk to other females now because I have a dude to talk about, or children. Close that window. Here's the other thing. I know other topics would be nice. Where are those Aaron Carter people? Do you think that the I know, does the not telling people if people are alive or dead make it more better for you? Let's go. Does that add to the takeaway? It's because they're being restrained. God explained it to me. It's like really kind of gross, but that's how their brain matter is like they're continuously being pressed, and so it becomes like more weird and gross. Does that add to the story and the thrill of the story? Just go, what in the hell? Get it? You try to figure out what's going on in their chemical makeup where, yeah, you just go, now you're refusing to tell the person if the guy's living or not. Okay. Is that adding to the deviance? Jesus Christ. We have your children in a trailer in Alabama. React. I know it's like, I don't know. It's not really like Saw. Is that on Pluto now? It's like, you ever see that film 8mm? It's like that. Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something. That's gonna be it after this pile, and then I'll have peanuts for tomorrow too. Okay, so what did I say? I have to run down to rotate the laundry and then wash up and change my clothes. Not today. By 2 p.m. Maybe a little bit later than that. This is gonna take 10 minutes probably. 55 minutes. I've only been doing this for 55 minutes. That's pretty good for 55 minutes. I must be getting faster. It used to take me an hour and a half sometimes to get that much peanuts. Peanuts, ooh! Can you see me on YouTube? Okay. Is that a sex joke? Like, I think they get that no matter what is said or done, it's all going to be converted into everything they do is okay and a sex joke. And to some extent, I can't be punished for it by blocking me, but to some extent, it was making them sicker, but they were supposed to, right? So that you people would use the weapons to get rid of them. Not you keep blocking me and then trying to stop it from happening. That's God doing you a favor to let you know how sick your population is. Right, because you go, I don't understand this. Okay, so you know Mar-a-Lago, you know Michelle Wu is like the funny stuff about Michael Florian. Why are you still holocausting people? Okay, you're being euthanized. Okay, why did you form a gang of deranged psychotic drug addicts to try to attack Mary while you were pretending you were trying to marry her? Okay, you're being euthanized, the lot of you, in case you were wondering what actual reality is. That's what she does. She's been doing that for 2 years. It's compassionate suffering, Sapporo. Because that feels like an emotion. They like it. It's like part of sexual sadism. Not she's having sex, but they don't even know what that is. It's like elation. It's just an emotion that feels good. And it's nothing but sorrow and grief. That's why it gets worse and worse and worse. They like it that their children are all sick and dying, and then they'll go to a grave site, and then that they become part of a family of people that buried their children and stuff. It's like a horrifying thing to have to live through. But this will be the last time. So it's a whole planet-wide extinction. I'm sure that's going on everywhere. Everywhere is the sorrow. Everywhere is the suffering. Every day Jews show up at the wall in packages of food. Every day there's not enough food, and we get the soup. And then we go home and tell our children we don't have the soup. Meanwhile, I was at my house going, look at this. It says that phones are going to run on the wind. never in a day would I be talking to my children like that. Just, oh my God. Every day is happy. Yeah, every day is happy. None of that crap exists. None of that crap exists. Dun, 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 dun. None of that crap exists. Dun, 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 dun. None of that crap. I see that Mark, what is it? It's not Rubio. That's a politician. The one that Brian Buchanan guy claimed he liked. I don't see him liking anything that's actually easygoing and funny. I really don't. So, woo. He had a live stream back on. He's not outside anymore. So. Just day to day to day to day to day to day. Day to day to day to day to day. We're gonna have election coming up. It's February, so they already had the New Hampshire primary, right? I think it's like September. They have the conventions. So that's something to look forward to. They're gonna have the $10 weekends. Started looking up that yesterday and then found out some horrifying stuff they're doing. So just don't think about it. Ignore it. Don't go looking for it to make yourself angry. Just, I'm sure anybody that's sane just ignores it at this point. Is the constant desperation to get people's attention and piss people off. So it's like a person with mania putting trash in front of your doorway. So you go, why is that there? And then they flip out on you. Why is that there? Everything they do is intended to try to get people's attention. So. Like mentally retarded people trying to get negative attention all the time. Yeah, it's like you're being put down. Go about your business. Enjoy your money. Enjoy your money. The delusion you're in, where you're giving everybody revenge, karma. You're activating everyone's mass health. All of it. It's better that they stay high like that. Oh, yeah. Because every time they come down, they're going to try to do another thing. They just stay in a constant rage. It's really better when they're high and elated and everything is going their way and everyone's going to pay. Isn't this great? And then you're bitter and sad. And so then they try to pretend to be you. Right? It's just a whole thing. I just ignore it. Yeah, it's like really grotesque insanity if you pay attention to where you go. It's as bad as ripping a dude out of a detox and then trying to put him back in one and say you're his trusted friend. It's that bad. Like putting on my clothes and stuff and trying to use my verbiage. And oh, isn't she bitter and stuff? Even though I was never saying that about people. Right? Because it reveals the things that they envy about you when they start doing that shit. Okay, so what you envied is that she's healthy of mind, resilient, sober, healthy of mind. Okay, not actually it's some sort of whacked out thing about nobody can be sober and she's judging everyone and she's probably the one on drugs and she's a psycho. And those are all things that are wrong with you folks that you don't like about yourselves. It's called projection. And then apparently some of you now are so sick. That's a procedure you do. It's part of Nazi idealism because you're too engrossed in the community. You're the very thing that you probably thought you hated or you were fighting against. You thought you were fighting against it. You're the very thing that you thought you were fighting against. You're the community. It's like mentally ill apes in a jail going to everybody that walks by. And it looks like words and phrases, but oh yeah, just people throwing on face masks and they're a different person and running around, and you purposely insult people because you're trying to trigger them, and then they face the things that they secretly think about themselves and stuff. It's a horrifying mental condition of psychopaths. Because when you're being extincted like this, you just sit around thinking. And so you come up with weird shit that's going on. Okay, well, I guess people are still on their life walks, and you just keep creating other realities because you are in a denial about your actual reality. So it causes a lot of weird mental conditions. And unfortunately, that's one of them where you keep thinking that you're on people's life walks and stuff. And you're supposed to be spirit guides and you represent this. And you're going to help people face this and that because your brains are dying and you're becoming like literal monkeys. So some of you are probably trying to explain to yourselves your depersonalization, like what's going on with you. Whoops. I do that every once in a while. It's not as the other day it kept happening to me. I was like, what is going on? Am I having involuntary like muscle movements and it's not register in my brain that I'm doing that? This is the last one for this. All right. Let's see what I'm looking at in terms of mess. Gotta go get this sweeper thing. Dustpan. That's not even going to be enough for a pound. That was less than 3 pounds in that one. What in the heck? Whew, it'll be on to pistachios. I guess. Da-da-da. It's about my regular time. It's 2:23. So it'll be good tomorrow. I gotta do Monday through Thursday at least. Walking up to 138 and back. But I don't have to do my other stuff tomorrow. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna put on right now. I've been putting on regular jeans, which is nice. After a while, it's like you feel like you never wear regular clothes anymore. Kind of weird. My hair came completely undone. All right, let's see. Well, then you realize you don't really have any clothes. I know, and you're just like, yeah, okay, I guess I'll put that on. And you're not allowed to have any clothes because it's not fair. There's not enough fucking clothes on the planet. People stacking shit up in storage units, but it's not fair. Shut off the fucking income. It's not fair. Gotta have something to fucking complain about. Get through your fucking day. Disgusting fucking ugly animals can go and buy closets full of fucking clothes. Still not be fucking happy. It's my fault. They're disgusting fucking pigs. Find out a lot about mental retardation, that's for sure. Some of it's clearly hidden knowledge that shouldn't have been hidden when people making decisions about abortion and shit. Stop acting like people that are brutal and cruel and nice and secret angels. Secret angels time. Do I want to keep this out? I usually want this when I start to get freezing cold, although I didn't take my walk today. Secret angel, man, secret angel girl, roaming around my leg piece, picking at your scabs and boils. Secret angel man. All right, get my foods. Get my foods. foods, get my waters. I'm going to do a couple of these today, I think. Da, da, da. All right. Got socks. And I got to put my flippy flops under this thing. Take out the pink loafers. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Another day I didn't clip my toenails. Maybe tomorrow. Well, like I said, I noticed that thing in her shower. It's just a matter of maybe I was like, maybe next Saturday I'll be like, can I use that foot thing? Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Well, I will defend the dude on that account. You go, was he supposed to bite off his toenails and his fingernails with his gums? I know, just people are like decrepit, man. I can't stand it. Cannot fucking stand it. How sick and cruel and fucking mean people are. Just can't fucking look at it and listen to it anymore. Cannot. It's part of mental retardation and being ugly people. It's like a pecking order. And they try to make people like me, it's the most genetically preferred of everybody. And it's just a fucking madness of insanity. I'm not your species. Stop trying to kill me off. You can't extinct me. It's just sad and disgusting what you've done to your own people. And you allowed it to happen because you get envy. I gotta have my headphones. And you could never rebirth because you allowed the most disgusting of all your species to do this to your fucking people. It's really bad and gross. The entire Holocaust of your own fucking species. And then the people that are doing it to them are like so fucking disgusting. Just go, oh my God, you people are. It's gross watching you fucking self-implode as a species. Gross. Stop including me in your shit. I know you go. Crystal, the blonde-headed one. A dude that another female, any female, never mind as someone who's disgusting toilet, is not worth it. You just let them take them. It's really that simple. I don't fight over dudes. No. It was one thing when he presented like these people were druggies he was trying to get help from. You're hanging around with the toilet? She's telling people to call her a fucking toilet. She's so mentally retarded. Okay, bye. I don't know what else to tell you. Have fun at Quincy Center. Headed back to Quincy Center. Enjoy that. All right, let me see what's actually in this. Okay. It's just like there's no energy in this stuff because I cannot have energy. Filtered water, organic, natural flavor, citrus acid. Okay. I've had these before. Yeah, they've had these before at the food pantry, so. And I got this one. Drink some of this. Check the local news. I know I did it. I already looked at the clock like it matters. So I put the Indian stuff on, the trap music, and put laundry in both the dryer and the washer so you can tell how loud it was in my head. One of these days, I'm going to go back to just bringing the radio down now with the headphones. I still haven't synced up that headset that Cindy got me with the phone. Just not good about that stuff. So I'll do stuff if I have to do it. Yeah, like stuff like that. I'll do if I have to do it. It's not like my other sort of daily. It's almost one of those things. You might be the type of person, it's like the busier you are, it's sort of like the more efficient you are. Yeah. Like if I had my own place, I'd probably be doing all lots of more stuff like I did with even just 3 weeks in the room because it affects sort of everything. And that's once they find out that something is negative like that, they keep doing it. But the alternative, yeah, like the alternative is actually worser. So I just have to like deal with what it's like I'm a chipmunk in a tunnel in the ground during an extinction at this point. Like obviously I'm still providing counsel to people. They want to know something, but in terms of coping with stuff that people that are deranged won't stop doing, it could be worse. Like I said, when they have you in their clutches like that and they're literally forcing you to interact with them, that's worse. Oh, yeah. That's definitely a hell on earth. So, yeah, I got to have a weekly meeting and stuff. And you go, even a weekly meeting, I'm sure gets worse and worse every week as the person's dementia worsens. And it becomes probably more insulting and stuff, just like goes on everywhere I go on the internet. Florida. I'm going to Florida for a vacation and stuff. You just go, okay, yeah, have fun. Because once you realize they're doing then you'd have to purposely act, and God doesn't make me do that really. Occasionally I have to do it, but I'm not going to be forced to be doing it every week and having a meeting with the person. That's fucking insane, pardon my French. So there's certain things that God doesn't allow to happen to me. So, anyways, in terms of okay, first I was talking about men, and then you go, never in a day would I compete for a man. It's not that important to me. And it ruins it. Like, as soon as a dude is even doing that, you might as well just dry completely up and fold completely up into yourself. Get it? Yeah, you just go, okay, I'm never even going to be able to have sex with you. So enjoy yourself at Quincy Center. Yeah, just it's pointless, worthless. I think I knew it obviously, definitely after Plymouth when you just the second after you have an orgasm, you start talking about your ex to hurt me. I'm never going to be able to have sex with you. So this is kind of pointless the whole 6 weeks. Yeah, it's just really pointless at this point because of the abuse. The abuse, trying to dangle other females in front of me. It's there. Nothing can exist there anymore of what I thought you were or what I thought this was. Basically, the same thing as that day when I said I can't do this. Right? It's just this is pointless. So, anyways, well, if you're not my species or you're stuck in a bad relationship or something, yes, sometimes people that are a little bit more experienced can sort of try to help you and explain it to you about why some people don't stay and fight for their man and stuff. I don't do that. That's crazy. It's the whole nature of a marriage. I know you just go. They've got to basically be following you around like a puppy dog, not the other way around. The whole entire thing was backwards and weird and whacked out. I knew it at the time, walking out there and stuff. Like, I'm a female. Why am I walking out here like I'm a male looking for a female in another area, like an animal? The whole thing was whacked out and disgusting. Yeah, just this is all set with that. So, anyways, oh, the stuff about the workout. Okay. So I'm like, I'm going to do 20 minutes. So once I decide I'm doing something, I really have to do it. It's just, that's why I really try to do my goals I can't even think of a time recently where I did not accomplish a goal that I set out for myself. Yeah, it's just make sure your goals are reasonable. So it affects you mentally when you can't accomplish a goal. Okay, so I was like, I know I go and look at the thing. I go, that was only 4 minutes. And it's like weird. Sometimes it goes by fast and sometimes it goes by slow. And then I'm like, okay, well, like I was saying, about 17 minutes, I was like, okay, well, you've already, if you were going to divide this into four increments, 5, 10, 15, 20, you've already gone three of the four increments already. So you can stop, but you've already gone 3 out of 4 at this point. Yeah, and then I just the whole rest of the last 5 minutes was like not to the point where you have to sort of like count. That was when I used to do that Paula B stuff. Yeah, like if I had to think back, you go, maybe it's not really sort of like, yeah, you go, okay, well, you were doing the Paula B stuff, and then it was, you had to actually get to the point where you're like, made up a Candace, is that what they call it? Yeah. So I'm probably way more actually fit in terms of that than I was in what was that, 2020? Yeah. All right. So tomorrow's Monday. He's cooking right now. I'm not really in the mood to reverse my meals, no. Two people found dead. Did that. Rhode Island man wanted for armed robbery at mass convenience store. Pedestrian struck by van suffers life-threatening injuries. Police officers evacuate residents from burning duplex. Is there something good on or something? Oh yeah, that came up a couple minutes ago. Let me look. Pluto. Oh, that's right. What time did I come back up here from the thing? Okay, so maybe sometime around 3, even if I wait till 3:30, rotate the laundry again. Well, if I want to be able to do a load of my laundry, I've got to make sure all that stuff is done. It's that kind of simple, right? I'm not due to do jog walks until Tuesday now. So I would assume, unless I do it tonight, which I already, excuse me, I've already got this thing blocked up, so I'm not doing it tonight. So that means I probably won't do it till Tuesday. I know, because I'm like, I don't want to chunk up 2 hours of my time tomorrow. I could, and then I have the issue about what to put my computer on. I guess I could. Yeah, I could use the cooler. I guess I could go down there in the morning and throw it in as soon as I go to have my coffee. I did that one day. That some I used to do that occasionally, but I don't like to do it just in case it interferes with my walk. Riding the bullet. Oh, The Usual Suspects on at 3:30. I don't really usually watch that. I've seen the whole film before. Um, Let the right one in. My Bloody Valentine. What's Solstice? That doesn't start till 4. While on vacation, a young woman believes that her twin sister, who recently committed suicide, is trying to contact her. Depends, as long as it's not like an independent film. It sounds like too, like, yeah, emotionally themed. Well, I don't see Scream or The Ring, so let me see if you can get it through. They have The Ring too. They can watch. I don't really like the second one as much. Yeah, because of the whole like postpartum depression, killing your own kid business. I remember when I saw it, I went, "What the hell is this?" If it like freaked me out, I'm like, "This is terrible." Um, the first one's the best one, but the second one is tolerable till it gets to that part. Like, yeah, you just go, "This is." That's a film you could have in your headphones while you're tooling around on the internet. You just listen to it, yeah. If you hit pause right away, just now, it's like something that they do afterwards. That's what I'm saying. You go, it's like someone is going in when I put a film on because I just went to search, found it, got it to go, and then it will allow me to hit pause. But once I start watching, it's already going, so it's not like I'm not watching it. I don't mean it like that, but once I hit play, that's why I believe a person is actually doing that. I don't know how else you explain that because the film is actually on. This is the opening sequence of it, and I hit pause. Oh, yeah, just that is what I'm dealing with day to day. 4 years like that. It's been going on since at least 2014. And you go, I don't know what your job position or something was, but I'm not in a relationship with you where we watch films together and you're behind a computer screen somewhere pretending you're my husband or something. And then, oh, stop. Like, that's a bad thing. You're that sick. Stop hitting pause. Let it play. I know people sick like that. Like that gross Derek guy is like that. There are people sick like that. And you just go, I don't even know you. Like when that chick came into Gainesville's thing and you go, I don't even know you. I don't know, man. That's why when that shit was on YouTube, it's just, I don't know if people are doing dramatic representation of what's going on or they think that's what they're doing. No, you just go, I don't need that in my life. None of those people would partake in it either. No, I don't believe they would. No, because they just go, they might be sort of like having some issues with their brain and they might have been like, I don't know, on board for anonymous or whatever it was. And I'm sure most of those people have like, you can drive a person mad by the stuff that people are doing because they which we they I'm not saying I'm part of their we, but like we're trying to just ride out an extinction. And the interference is like there's no way on earth anyone of my species would ever put people in internet prisons like that. We don't make up like shows about people's lives. You would say you would write something, you say you're gonna do a play, you tell people about it, they audition, you have directors and all of that. It's like depersonalization huge and it's freaky. So that's their business. And if I was partaking in it, it's my business. If I do funny things and then I pick and choose people that I want to interact with that I think are funny and stuff, I'm not required to interact with everybody. Like some of these concepts are like, I had no idea that people were this sick. So, from what I can gather, I don't know if it's certain areas of the country where it's almost like a liberalism, gone mad. Like maybe people that were mainstreaming mentally retarded people into school systems or something. If you're wondering, because other people, I don't know what that is other than I've been out of school so long, and it's got something to do with regional um, things that were going on in public schools. Just that anybody wouldn't realize that they have mental illness that long when they're doing stuff like that. So I don't know if that. I think some people have tried to explain it through the censorship about some of this stuff was brought into the school systems, and so like right, you just go, they're not realizing that they also have brain disease and that they're criminals because they have a certain belief system and idealism that's insane. And apparently, something happened where, probably because of their aggression, they made a voting block of insane people like drug addicts. Like, you can explain it to them through that way because a lot of these people in the community don't use. Okay, so you go, is that normal to you that people have a whole population where every day using drugs and alcohol is normal? Okay. You're just as insane, right? Just when you believe that everybody gets a chance and everyone has to pay attention to you and people have to pay attention to, I know you just go, that is like it's like you have dementia and you have like a degree in early childhood education or something. Like you're used to working with retarded preschoolers or something. And I don't even believe in that type of teaching, by the way. I don't remember teaching any of that to my children, in case people were wondering. Some of this stuff is like when people are not mentally retarded, they don't get that type of attention. Okay, so that's why I was wondering if some of them are mentally retarded, and so they don't realize they're mentally retarded, and they're trying to reteach what they thought was taught to them. Like that's the preferred way, and none of us are correct. Get it? Yeah, just not a good way to bring children up to make them think that everybody gets a chance and everybody has to sit and listen to everybody. And like they think the planet is a classroom for retarded preschoolers and like a daycare center. People don't have to do that. Nope, they really don't. Yeah, just it goes along with everybody has to socialize and stuff and just completely won't accept their non-importance in a person's life. So that's how I would describe it. Okay, so let's see. I got the Ring too. I think I didn't I do all the news channels? I didn't do Fox News. Okay, let's see what this is. Please think twice because it sounds made up, but it's all right. Please, because you can just tell because it's not like a mainstream story, but please think twice before suggesting wellness cures to chronically ill people. Okay. So you don't want to be well? Just judging by the title, I haven't read the article yet. Um, does it sound different when someone reads it and out loud? Okay. And then the caption and the photo is a lot of people mean well, but they need to know what it's like to be on the receiving end of suggestions that are completely indifferent to the complexity of my condition. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like these people, it's part of the extinction. It's so grotesque. You're not anybody unless you're ill. That's the preferred way. It's almost like an emotion, right? You just go, "What in the green god?" Because their brains are dying. The other morning at my favorite, spelt wrong like they're Canadian. The other morning at my favorite cafe, Ariki Healer quietly slid her card across the table. Excuse the interruption, but I can't help but feel I'm in the right place at the right time, she told me. I had been quietly sobbing, at least I thought it was quiet, in a hushed conversation with my mom about some shattering blood results. Okay. The stranger thought she was offering me the missing link to healing, and I suspect the thought she make a buck or two in the process. This is not an isolated event. I'm a person with two invisible illnesses, one rare and the other not so rare, but still a colossal pain in my behind. They're known as Addison's and Graves' disease, respectively. Give them a Google if you get a minute. Despite this, my body does a pretty stand up job appearing healthy to the average, undiscerning eye. So when strangers learn that it's anything but healthy, I'm regularly met with lively, presumptuous prescriptions from those entirely unqualified to be offering them. Does she have any history of like what they call Ashburgers? Okay. Just the verbiage is sort of. Is it because it's writing? Is that how the person's speaking? Okay. I'm bored already. Okay, so you have Addison's and Graves' disease. Okay. I'm not even going to continue reading. Are they some of these California illnesses? I recognize the names. Are they California illnesses? Okay. The person might be making fun of you. Yeah, it sounds like it. Someone's going to apologize for saying Israel has the right to defend itself. Okay. Kristen Stewart says the error of Koya films being so pointedly only that is done. Error of Koya films being so pointedly only that is done. That doesn't make sense to me. I shouldn't have to stand on an effing soapbox. Okay. That's true. That doesn't make sense to me. Is that a nonsense phrase on purpose? So pointedly only? Okay, I don't know what that means. Starting to get cold now. Yeah, I guess maybe it takes me that long to cool down, like to that amount. I'm gonna start eating in a minute. I had brushed my teeth, so I didn't want to start eating right away. I guess I'll probably put my headphones on for a while. I'm not really finding anything to be talking about right now. I talked for like the whole day yesterday. So if something comes up, yeah, maybe I'll put Ring 2 on and it's not going to be much else for me to do if I have a film playing in my head. It's either that or I see if there's anything on YouTube. Top Doctor Claims World All Prepared. Yeah, you never know. Maybe I'll eat and take a nap. It's 3 p.m. and then wake up later and eat again. Sounds like a plan. Oh, wait, this sounds interesting, maybe. Most popular priest on social media reacts to viral. No one would even know who's popular on social media. It's no, I'm not insulting him. Just he's got to notice too that there's nobody on the thing. I know you just go, what on earth is going on? They've gone mad and they just keep deleting people's YouTube channels. So yeah, just most popular priest on social media reacts to viral TikToks about God, interpret the Bible. Okay. Some of them could do it on purpose. They won't stop trying to make up their own topics and stuff. Like it's terrible because there could be people that have actual questions. It becomes everything and anything to try to get people's attention. Though he all but gave up social media for Lent. Okay. Why? I doubt he did that of his own accord. So they're back to doing that bullshit again. Social media sensation. Right. Oh, though he all but gave up social media for Lent, or at least made a valiant effort to limit his usage. No one wants to limit their usage. Okay? Fucking Christ, God. You people need to find something else to do. That's God talking to you, not everyone else. Right. That's what I'm trying to avoid completely. Get it? How incredible it is that we live in an age where we have this tool in that sense of just being able to say, oh my gosh, I can help people that never would meet me in person. See? We don't want that. Okay? Exactly. We don't want that. That's why someone had an Instagram live and told you to go live so we could see what you look like. We don't want that. We don't want to interact with people that want to hide behind a fucking mask. Okay? We want to interact with people we want to interact with. So, matter of time.